Hello kids, it's me again, back with another quick vid. I talked about this on stream recently, which I'll link below, but a lot more has happened, so I wanted to give an update of sorts, and honestly just vent a little. I never do this, but I'm gonna preemptively ask you to share this video, leave a like to boost it in the algorithm, and also leave a comment to let me know what you think and also boost it a little more in the algorithm. I'm asking this because while this is being reported pretty widely in national news outlets, I think it's better to hear about events like this from people who experience them firsthand. The long and short of it is that Jackson, Mississippi has been under a boil water notice for about a month now, and things have gotten, to put it mildly, way worser. Because of the flooding and the release of the water from the Ross Barnett Reservoir, the city of Jackson's water treatment plant has been inundated with water. It was barely working before, hence the month-long boil water notice, but as stated in a press conference Tuesday night, the plant may be pumping raw, untreated water into people's homes, and the diagnosis is that it will continue to do so indefinitely. Depending on who you want to believe, that is. State leadership and the Environmental Protection Agency has said long before Tuesday that the water was unsafe to drink, but Mayor Chokwe Antar Lumumba, you know, the guy who acted so little that a government agency had to step in to inform citizens that the water was jank, has maintained that the water is clean and that he drinks it on the regular and that no untreated water was pumped into homes. I don't know about you, but I'm not willing to trust a man with a drawn-on hairline, and I don't think most of Jackson is or should either. The President of the United States has accepted a federal emergency declaration, so FEMA will be here doing whatever it does to rectify the situation. The only thing that'll really fix it, though, is properly staffing the water plant with experienced and certified employees that aren't literally just guessing what to use to make the water drinkable. But that's kind of a hard sell when you realize that you'll also have to live in Jackson. If you're curious, this time last year we were dealing with a spate of carjackings, and it reached a fever pitch around October when a TV news reporter got held up with their children on Halloween. So yeah, there's that. All of this is already pretty tough to deal with as a resident, but reading all the absolutely brain-dead takes online makes it, to put it mildly, way worser. I remember distinctly the last time flooding happened in 2020. An article about it got posted on Reddit. There were a number of comments saying something to the effect of, "Yeah, let those backwoods Republicans drown." Except, a lot of those people fail to realize that Jackson is 80% black, and Hinds County, where most of Jackson is located, pretty consistently votes blue. And all of this is happening once again. People are relishing in the fact that people who fought to take away reproductive rights had their wells poisoned, so to speak. It would be poetic, maybe even biblical justice if they did. Except, they didn't. You see, the Jackson metro area is broken up into 9 cities. There's Jackson proper, then Flowood, Pearl, Brandon, Ridgeland, Madison, Clinton, Richland, and Byram. Every one of those, except for Jackson, of course, and Byram, are on their own water systems. They're doing just fine. Flowood, Pearl, Brandon, and Madison, which is home to the Republicans that brain-dead people online think are suffering, are sanctimoniously shaking their heads at the black leadership of Jackson, patting themselves on the back for moving out of the inner city as soon as they could. It makes me want to punch a hole in some drywall every time I see a tweet or Reddit comment like that, and I suppose it's good my apartment doesn't have drywall, otherwise I'd be losing my security deposit. So as for how I, an everyday citizen immersed in this garbage, am doing, well enough, I guess. So far, my water has stayed on and hasn't taken on any weird colors or smells. Lots of people have had their water stop working entirely or have had brown or yellow water come out of their faucets. I'm not caring for any children or pets, so that lessens the load. I'm young, virile, and not disabled, so my health may only be marginally affected by this. I have a car and can move around freely, and I have the money to buy bottles and jugs of water, so I don't have to wait hours in line at water giveaways. All things considered, I could be doing a lot worse. Because if any of the things I mentioned were different for me, I could be in a real crisis. And lots of people in Jackson do have it differently and are suffering greatly way before Tuesday. Schools, K-12 and colleges, have been unable to have classes because of issues with water pressure and have had to go virtual, my alma mater of Belhaven included. Jackson State actually had to delay their move-in date because the water pressure was so low the upper floors of residence halls weren't getting water. The Jackson Medical Mall, which houses a dialysis clinic among other medical facilities, had to shut down temporarily yesterday because low water pressure caused the AC system to shut down completely. I wish those brain-dead commenters would realize that the people this is affecting the most are poor people, the disabled, elderly people and children, and people of color. Not the rich white Republicans who may or may not deserve to have one good tragedy befall them. If you want to help out in some way, number 1, don't post brain dead takes online. Think of all the sheets of drywall crying out in pain every time someone in my position reads them. And to be fair, they're getting posted entirely too much. I've seen it 1,000 times already. Number 2, if you live outside of Jackson, the Community Foundation for Mississippi has funds you can donate to provide Jackson residents with clean water, and I'll link it below. If you live inside of Jackson, you can still donate to those funds. If you have the means, leave the free water for those who truly need it and buy a couple gallons a day or case of bottles a week to build up storage instead of panic buying a lot at once. Most stores probably have a limit anyway, but still, be courteous. I know that I, a single person who lives alone and still has running water, need less than a mom of 3 who may not. Number 3, and this is for everyone, the current leadership needs to know that this is unacceptable. Make noise, and a lot of it. This shame needs to haunt them for the rest of their lives. As I had to remind a doo-doo head on Nextdoor, we as citizens hold all the power here. Come next mayoral election, which will come at a time when I have hopefully left Jackson in my rear view, Lumumba has to go, because he has proven time and again with the ongoing water issues and the trash issues that he cares more about status than actually helping the city. And that goes for Taint Reeves as well. As governor, he has only parroted MAGA conservative talking points in an effort to get in the cool kids club with the likes of DeSantis and Abbott, but lacks the charisma and personality cult to be actually considered alongside them. Mississippi as a state has the highest black population compared to any other state. All we need is our very own Stacey Abrams to actually get that base to vote, and we might actually crawl our way out of being the worst state in the entire union. It won't be me, because I lack the political acumen and hold no allegiance to the state of Mississippi, but I at the very least want to make my displeasure known as a resident of Jackson, for now. And I hope this video does that. That'll be it for today. Fun fact, my birthday is in 2 days. I have fun stuff planned and I'm sure I'll have a blast, but I hope I don't start the 23rd year of my life with E. coli or something. Follow me on Twitter, donate to my Ko-fi only to send me birthday money, read my Medium articles, and listen to my podcast, which has been a little inconsistent recently, but what can you say? Stuff happens. Thanks for watching, and also thanks for sharing if you do.